Welcome to the lesson on writing dates in numeric and written format. So what's your goal today? I want you to be able to write the dates in both numeric and written format, and to then determine, using the numeric format, the time frame in which the event is occurring. All right, so let's talk about writing the months as numerals. So we know we have our 12 months, so I'll just group them together here. So we have our January, February, and March. April, May, June. July, August, September. October, November, December. So each of those we assign a numeric digit to. And what we do is we say, you know what, let's just have us start off with, July, spell it properly. Start off with January as being first, so January gets the designation of 1, and then we move on from there. So each month has a digit assigned to it based on its order in reference to January being the first month. So there we go. So we write our months as numerals, and that's how they fall when you do it that way. How many days are in each month? So here I have a chart. I'm going to put this as an anchor chart because not everyone's going to remember the rhyme or want to do the rhyme every time. So they can look this up. This is a constant except for our wonderful month of February. Okay. February. This is where the leap year comes in. All right. So when do leap years occur? Leap years occur when the year is divisible by 4. So if our calendar year is divisible by 4, it is a leap year. What does that mean? That means that our February over here goes to 27 days on a leap year. So 27 on a leap year. Okay, but other than that, each month contains the same number of days. So it's only February that changes, and it does so every 4th year. So in Canada, our convention, so I'll put that in your note here, so in Canada, the convention is to write the date, in the following format: day, month, year. And it does vary. I believe I believe U.S. standard is they do month first, but I might not be 100% sure on that. But I know the Canadian convention, if you go to a Canadian website, they always want you to input the information day, month, year. All right. So that means that day can go anywhere from 1 to 31, depending on the month. Month is always 1 to 12, and the year is the last 2 digits of our date. Okay. So that we'll also add to that anchor chart when we're writing it in numeric and written format. So how do we write the date in numeric format? I already did the outline in Canada. We do it in terms of day, month, and year. And year. And when you're writing it, the day is always, it's still, what I'm going to train you to do is do it as 2 digits. Even if it's only a single, we put a 0 in front. I'll talk about that in a second. Month also in 2 digits. And then the year, it's our last 2 digits. All right, so it's just getting you used to that convention. Anytime you're on a website and you're trying to buy something, or you got to enter your birth date or whatever, they want you to do it. It's always 2 digits, 2 digits, 2 digits. So I'm going to get you trained into that. And if it's only a single digit, it's not going to be the end of the world for you. However, if it's a 2-digit requirement, sometimes it can be a little bit frustrating and confusing. So here we go. Examples. I want to write the following in numeric format. So in numeric format, we know that May, if I look back here, May fell into our 5th month. 23 is self-evident, and 13. So if I want to write this, I write it in the notation day. So 23, month, 05, because we need 2 digits, and 13. And this is a lot of it has to do with computers. When you're entering online, they say that there's 2 space holders for the date, so you need to put that 0 in. So there is the answer for the first one. Okay. So the next one, June. So the hardest part will be remembering what month or figuring out what month that is. June is the 6th month. Again, we have our date and our year. So this would go up as 26/06/11 for our date. All right. December, it's our 12th month of the year. There's the 4, and we use the 88. So we would go 04 for the day. We would go 12/88. That gives us that date in terms of numeric format. And finally, January is our first month number and our year. So we got 01, sorry, messed that up, day first, 09, 01, 75. All right, so there we go. Now we need to go into the other direction as well. So it's important that we can interpret the numeric definition because it's not in the same order. So we have, remember, day, month, year. So the month is the 7th month, which would put us into July. So we have July 26th, 2014. All right. And the next one, remember, it's in the order day, month, year. So the last one, in B part here then, so the day, again, it goes day, month, year. So we are looking at the 8th month, which would put us into August. So August, oops, and it would be the 6th of August 6th, 1999. Back to the good old days. And again, day, month, year. So 11th would be November. November 17th, 1978. And finally, the last one here, the 2nd month would put us into February, the 21st of 1955. So some grandparent dates there. All right. So as you're moving from numeric format to written and written to numeric, you're going to have a little bit of practice with that. Try that out. The more challenging part for you will be determining length of time. So you may need to have that the number of days in each month, that chart handy in order to do the interpretation. So for example here, remember it's in the order day, month, year. Day, month, year. It's not too bad when the month stays the same. So we're staying in the 5th month. So we are staying in January, February, April, May, June. So that's nice. So we are going to subtract the return date. I want to set that up. So forget about subtract, just return date minus departure date is what we'd call it. Departure date. So in this case, we returned on the 18th. We left on the 14th. So it was a 4-day trip. 18 take away 14. So therefore, 4-day trip. All right. And like I said, if it's the same month here, both of these take place in February. So you have your return. I'll do it one more time here. Return minus departure. So that means we would have 21 minus 3, which would give us 18. So therefore, that was an 18-day trip. All right. The challenging one is when that month changes. And here we go. We have a month change right here. So we've moved from April to May. So we left, or we've returned on, let's see here, May 4th. And we left on April 25th. So sometimes some of the strategies here, a number line is a good strategy, but first of all we have to figure out how many days are in April. So this is the chart I was referring to. So in April there are 30 days. So we know that after the 30th day we go to the first day of May. So when we do this, we see that to go from the 25th, so 29, 8, 7, 6, 5, we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days to get to the end of the month, and it goes to the 4th, 2, 3, whoops, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. So a 9-day trip. All right, the alternative way, if you don't want to use the number line, all right, I'll just show you quickly how that works. You can use either method. So I'll put a 1 above it. So that's method 1 is that number line. Number line. Method 2, a little bit more complicated. It's using the math, I guess. I don't know how else to really title it. So method 2, we know that there was 30 days in April. So 30 days minus 25. So that's 5 days in April. 5 days in April. The 4th of May tells me I was gone for 4 days in May. So 5 plus 4 gives me a 9-day trip. So really you need to pick the method that best suits you and makes the most sense. Oops. So I'm going to shrink that a little bit so it fits a little better. So the number line, or you can just do it with math. Either way doesn't really matter. Same thing here. So 6 to the 7th. So when you look at, we have June to July. So this is July 2nd. This is June 17th. So if you want to do it with the math, we look at June. How many days are in June? So we come back here and I see that there are 30 days in June. So how long were you gone in June? Well, you do 30, take away 17, and you'd end up with 13 days in June. And then you're gone for 2 days in July because it's the 2nd. So therefore, 13 plus 2, you'd end up with a 15-day trip. Okay? So this will probably be the more challenging of the questions you've come across once you've mastered the military time, time zones, and converting. It's that determining length of trip. But that's how you got to look at some of these dates and figure them out, because this is how the dates are reported to you when you're talking about departure and arrival time. When you look at tickets, they all look like this. So it's important that you're able to look at that ticket and determine the length of the trip. Anyway, any questions, please make sure you ask, and I will try to clarify them. Good luck.